Okay, so good morning, and today we're going to talk about another scientist to go on with our scientist study that we've been working on. And today we're going to talk about Alexander Fleming. So here's some pictures of Alexander Fleming, and can anyone tell me anything that they know about Alexander Fleming and some of the things that he did? Okay, so we're going to learn some more about Alexander Fleming throughout this PowerPoint. So he was born August 6, 1881 in a rural area in Scotland, and he was one of 4 children to Hugh and Grace Fleming, and they were farmers, so he grew up on a farm, and he also had 4 other siblings from his father's previous marriage. Okay, he attended school at the Loudon Moor School, the Darville School, and Kilmarnock Academy, but he did not complete any of his education there. He just attended there and spent some time studying there. He eventually moved in with his brother and finished his schooling at Regent Street Polytechnic School in London, and the Polytechnic School is now Westminster University. So some things about his early life. In 1901, he studied medicine at St. Mary's Hospital School of Medicine at the University of London while he was there living with his brother. And while he was at St. Mary's, he originally planned to be a surgeon, but once he started his studies and things, he decided that he did not want to be a surgeon anymore, and he wanted to study bacteria and things like that. So he worked at the inclination department of St. Mary's Hospital, which studies vaccinations and things like that. And he studied with Sir Almroth Edward Wright, who taught him all of his research skills. So he worked under Sir Wright to do all of his research and things like that. And Sir Almroth Edward Wright was a bacteriologist and immunologist. His studies and the wars. So he did a lot of his studies during some different wars that were going on, and that's where he discovered a lot of his different ideas and his conclusions to his things. So from 1990 to 1914, he served as a member of the Territorial Army in the London Scottish Regiment. And this is where he really studied bacteria in wounds. So, and of course, he started studying medicine, really. And so his studies showed, he did all his work in makeshift labs in France. And his studies found that that antiseptics weren't really the best thing for the wounds that these military people were having, and that they were actually killing more people. They were doing more harmful than good than they were thought to, because they had more diminishing effects on the body's immunity and outweighed their ability to break down bacteria in the wound. So he suggested that instead of using antiseptics to keep the wounds dry and clean, but his ideas were often disregarded by many other people. And all of this was during the World War I, when he served as a Royal Army Medical Corps. Okay, his first discovery was lysosome, and he did that in 1921. And the way that he found this was a very unique story. So he was in his lab working, and he had been battling a harsh cold in the winter, and a drop of mucus fell onto his culture of bacteria that he was working with, and he thought, would the drop of mucus have some kind of effect on the bacteria that he was working with? So he got curious, and he mixed it all up and created this mixture of the mucus and the bacteria, and he left it there for a few weeks. When he came back, he noticed that the bacteria had been dissolved. So the whole idea was that lysosome is a destroyer of bacteria. No, I don't think I'm going to go 10 minutes.
That's all I'm saying, because you